How's it going, my fellow shine Pokemon Shine Snorlax here, bringing you guys a team preview. Alright, so we have Conqueror right here, Life Orb, Shield Force, Drain Punch, Ice Punch, Mach Punch, and Thunder Punch. And oh wait, this is the wrong team. This is for like the section mono. Ignore all of that shit. Alright, so Conqueror, Life Orb, Shield Force, Drain Punch, Ice Punch, Mach Punch, Thunder Punch. And we have Lucario, Life Orb, Justified, Swords Dance, Ice Punch, Extreme Speed, Close Combat. And we have Keldeo with Life Orb, Justified, Icy Wind, Hidden Power Bug, Sacred Sword, and Hydro Pump. And we have Breloom with Life Orb, Technician, Low Sweep, Stone Edge, Mach Punch, and Bullet Seed. And we have Toxicroak with Life Orb, Dry Skin, Ice Punch, Sucker Punch, Drain Punch, and Poison Jab. A pretty decent team, in my opinion, but other than that, let's get to the fight. How's it going, my fellow shiny Pokemon? Shiny Snorlax here, bringing you guys a Pokemon Showdown OU Monotype. And of course, Showdown's still fucking up a bit, so yeah. And team preview should be in, like, you should have already seen the team preview and other stuff. So yeah, and that, let's get to the fight. Opponent leads out with the Infernape. I lead out with my Conqueror. Opponent goes for a Fake Out. And I am flinched. Opponent sets up its Stealth Rocks. I go for a Drain Punch just to heal up a bit of health. And I'm up to 91% up. And I go for a Mach Punch to take out the Infernapes. Opponent brings out its Breloom, goes for a Spore. Even though I knew a Spore was coming, I was too lazy to switch out. So opponent goes for Toxic Orb activates. I switch out to my Toxicroak. And goes for Substitutes. And now it gets ready for its Focus Punch. I go for an Ice Punch. I know I'm resistant to it, and I can survive one, and I do survive it. And the opponent switches out into its Keldeo. I go for a Poison Jab, predicting the switch out, and opponent goes for a Hidden Power. I bring out my Lucario, and opponent switches out into its Conqueror, and I go for a Close Combat, almost taking it out. And my defenses go down, and opponent goes for a Mach Punch. I just basically left Lucario out there as Death File because it could barely help. I bring out my Breloom, and opponent switches out into its own Breloom. I go for Bullet Seed, and I get a decent amount of damage in. I go for a Mach Punch, and the opponent goes for a Substitute, and opponent gets ready for a Focus Punch, and I go for another Mach Punch. And opponent goes for its Focus Punch. I switch out to my Infernape, and opponent switches out to its Conqueror. I go for a Close Combat, taking out the Conqueror. And opponent brings out its Keldeo. I switch out into my own Keldeo, get a bit of Stealth Rock damage, and opponent goes for a Hydro Pump and gets a critical hit. I think it mattered. I bring out my Infernape, and I go for a Close Combat, take out the Keldeo. And opponent's Keldeo goes down. Opponent brings out Scrafty. I take out the Scrafty with a Close Combat. And opponent brings out its Terrakion, and I go for a Close Combat and take Terrakion out also. And now opponent brings out its Breloom. I go for a Close Combat and take out the Breloom. So yeah, that was a pretty decent fight. Infernapes helped out a lot. So yeah, like, comment, and subscribe to become a shiny Pokemon. And I'll see you next time.